Hey Eurovision fans, it's time for another Eurovision news update. In today's show, we've got a big update on the Czech National final ESCZ, as well as some exciting news about the UK selection, the Irish selection, and we have names for Melfest, which is the Swedish national final. We've also got some gossip about who could be hosting in Malmö, and finally, the most important thing, we're also going to talk about Käärijä's Onlyfans. So let's kiki. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Tom. I'm an Irish Eurovision analyst, and you can find all of this stuff on my Eurovision channel. So first up, we've got news about the Czech national final, that's ESCZ. They have announced the 7 artists who are going to be competing on the final, which is on December 4th. It's a Monday final, which is kind of cool because we're used to finals being on Fridays and Saturdays, etc. But Czechia going for a Monday instead. 3 of the songs have been, I think, kind of found by the Eurovision fans. So this happened last year as well, where one of the songs was released 2 weeks before the actual show. In fairness, 2 of them were actually posted to their official pages, so it wasn't particularly hard to find. I already did a reaction to those 3 songs already. I think we're going to see the other 4 in the final on Monday the 4th. And then voting is going to be open for 1 week. And then I think the results are going to be announced on November 11th. So slightly unusual format that they're using, where we're going to have a show a week. Presumably there's going to be another shorter show maybe with the results. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work. It looks like we're going to have the Czech song before Christmas. So we'll have 2 entries definitely before Christmas, probably Albania as well. So 3 entries before Christmas, that's quite a lot. I think much more than normal. It's a very busy Christmas. Lots of Eurovision songs dropping as early Christmas presents. So I am going to do a reaction video with all 7 of the songs once they're released. I'll just clip out the 3 songs I've already reacted to and put them into a bigger video with all 7. So if you want to wait for the full reaction, I'll probably be releasing that on the 5th or 6th of December. But so far, those 3 songs are really good quality. Nothing that like massively jumps out in the same way that Vesna did last year with My Sister's Crown, but still a really high quality. And Czechia National Final is really fun because the songs do feel like all quite different. They have this unique point of view. Whereas with some national finals, you kind of know what you're going to get with the majority of people. With Czechia, it always feels like a big surprise. Like, I don't know who the artists are usually, and I don't know what kind of music they're going to bring. So as soon as you press play, it's kind of like, wow, it could be anything. So I like that excitement reviewing the Czech songs. Okay, so next up we've got some news from the UK, and it's about Olly Alexander, aka Years and Years, who's being rumored by The Sun, which is a pretty trashy tabloid magazine in the UK, to be potentially representing the UK in Eurovision 2024. So Olly Alexander was the frontman of Years and Years. It used to be a 3-piece group, but then 2 of the other members left. So now he's on his own, but the group is still called Years and Years. They've had 3 albums, 2 of which have gone to #1 in the albums chart in the UK. So this is pretty big news because I can't remember the last time that the UK sent a #1 album artist. I know people like Engelbert Humperdinck and Bonnie Tyler had #1 albums, but not recently. They kind of had them a long time ago. Whereas Olly's last #1 album was 2022, and that was his last album. So really fresh and recent big name for the UK. This is super exciting. It's pretty well known that he was the runner-up in 2022 to Sam Ryder in that selection process. So he was very keen to go, but he was associated with Polydor music. And as we know back then, the artist had to have some sort of association with tap music. Now that situation has ended. Tap have separated from the BBC. So Olly is now eligible to represent the UK. Apparently he's super keen. So this is really exciting. I have heard a couple of doubts about his ability to sing live. Apparently he's not the strongest vocally. So if it is him, I hope that they're going to pick a song that is not too difficult to sing, still allows him to move around, because we saw what happened last year with Mae Muller, where she had a fantastic song, amazing artist, like really super lovely girl, but the song was just a bit too difficult to sing while also dancing and moving around. So just a little bit more strategy needed in what they pick for him, if this is true. But for me, the key thing here is that this is believable. This 5-10 years ago saying that a #1 album artist could represent the UK, you just say, no, absolutely not possible. People were instead stipulating that maybe it would be Steps or someone who's kind of like already had their moment in the sun, are kind of a little bit more less known now. But now with the UK's recent resurgence in Eurovision and Junior Eurovision, putting forward a #1 selling album artist is actually kind of believable. I believe it now with Sam's success and everything that's happened since then. So that is the key takeaway from this, even if it turns out not to be true. The fact that Rina and Olly Alexander, their names are being thrown out and it's plausible, just shows the fact that the UK is making good progress. And apparently people are actually contacting the UK now to want to represent, whereas in the past, everyone was like closed doors, not answering the phone, ignoring phone calls. Now people are actually coming forth to Lee Smithhurst, who's the head of the UK delegation, and saying, hey, I want this opportunity to be guaranteed to sing in front of 160 plus million people, because when you're Big Five, you are guaranteed that slot. And also being Big Five, you're kind of guaranteed that you're not going to be given a crappy running order draw, because economically, the EBU does not want to put the country with the biggest audience right at the start and lose viewers. So, you know, some people might not be happy about that, but that is a reality. If you're a Big Five country and you've got a decent song, you're probably going to get given a pretty decent running order, even if you're in the first half. So an amazing opportunity for British artists to be on a huge platform. The other aspect of this that's really important is that this could be really good news for Ireland. I've said in my videos, you may have seen my What's Wrong with Ireland video, I think the key to Ireland turning around their fortunes is that RTE need a massive kick up the ass, and they're just not getting it right now. Julian Vignoles, who used to be the Irish head of delegation, just did an interview with the Eurovision podcast saying he doesn't think that the RTE care. Michael Keeley, the current head of delegation, can't say that because he's employed with them. But if you listen to everything that he's describing, you can see that he's asking for things and he's constantly being told no. So you can kind of read between the lines that RTE don't care. I'm telling you openly, I know that RTE don't care. It's like extremely obvious to me. It's not a priority at all. We're the only national final that doesn't have a standalone show for ages now. It's crazy. So the only way that RT are going to start caring is if the public put pressure on them. That is the only single way. And one of the quickest ways to incite the Irish public to get angry enough to do that would be a very good British result. Irish people are not going to react to Sweden doing well or Norway doing well or Italy because it's distant and whatnot. Our relationship with the UK is it's like a sibling relationship. We have a huge overlap in culture, language, sports. A lot of Irish people support English football teams. It's kind of like the same thing that the Netherlands has with the Flanders region of Belgium and that the French have with the Wallonia region of Belgium. Sorry to pick on Belgium, but these kind of like sobering rivalries where you kind of like make fun of each other a lot, but actually you kind of love each other. So the UK doing well, that's going to make Irish people get jealous and kind of be like, whoa, wait a second, I thought that our Eurovision is rigged. How come they get to send a great artist with a great song and do well? Why aren't we doing that? I think the UK doing well is the only one that hits home. Other countries doing well just doesn't have the same effect. They can just say, oh, well, that's what happens on mainland Europe. When it happens in the UK, it's like, oh, wait a second, why can't we do that? Let's put pressure on RT. That is the only way that RT are ever going to change. So I really hope this news about Olly Alexander is true, because it could be a great result for the UK, which means maybe Ireland might get a bit of a shock and start to do better. We've non-qualified 8 times in the last 9 years, and that was not enough to give RT a shock, so they clearly need something bigger. Okay, moving on to national final news, and we've got some news about Melfest, which is the Swedish national final. We have confirmation of the 30 acts who are going to be performing when the show starts. There's going to be 5 semi-finals with 6 artists each, and we've got quite a lot of big names here. So let's look at the first heat, which is going to be in Malmö. We've got Lisa Ajax, who you may have seen from the show several times. Her 2016 song, I Think My Heart Wants Me Dead, is one of my favorite Melfest songs ever. So looking forward to her song, Awful Liar. We've got Elisa Lindström, Samir och Victor. They're a duo who tend to do like fun party songs, which do really well with the televote and then do really, really, really bad with the jury. I think the same thing will probably happen again. They're usually pretty good at being competitive for Direct Finalen, but they may go into the runoff round. So this year, instead of an Andra Hansen, there's going to be a runoff round where I think 10 songs will compete for the last 2 places in the final. We've got Smash Into Pieces, who came third place last year with a rock song. Their song is called Heroes Are Calling. And from what I remember, it's written by Joy Deb, Linnea Deb, Jimmy Joker Thornfeld, and it looks like the guys from Smash Into Pieces. So this has got some really strong songwriters behind it. We've got Melina Borglo, who I don't know. She's singing a song in Swedish though, Min Melodi, which means my song. Sam and Victor are also singing in Swedish, as they tend to. Their song is called Hela Världen Väntar, which I think means all of the world is waiting. And then Adam Woods, who last year sang with Jan Henrik, he's singing a song called Supernatural. So for me, I would guess Smash to Pieces or Directly Final, and maybe Lisa Ajax. I think it'd be between Lisa Ajax and Samar and Victor, but some of these lesser known names could jump out as well. Heat 2 is taking place in Göteborg, and we've got Sijo singing Ahoma. I think this is a Somali word. I looked it up on Google Translate and it told me that it was the Somali way of saying So I'm not sure about that, but really excited if it is something with a slightly different influence. We've got Liamu singing Dragon. So this is probably one of the ones I'm most excited for. I didn't like his early Melody Festival entries, but I really loved Bluffing. That was my favorite Melody Festival song that year. And Dragon is a super cool title. He had a lot of dragon imagery in his Bluffing staging, so that might be something that he's really into culturally. Maybe he's got like a dragon tattoo or something like that, or he's making a homage to the girl with the dragon tattoo, which was a famous Swedish crime book. Then we've got Engmanskapel. I have to admit, I don't know anything about this, but the song is called Norrland, so another song in Swedish. That's super cool. Dear Sarah singing The Silence After You. Again, I don't know anything about her, I'm afraid. Frocken Snusk. This is causing a lot of ripples. People are really excited about this. So she has got a balaclava on. I think her identity is meant to be secret. This is really, really fun and exciting, and something very different from Melody Festival. And you're getting something a little bit more edgy, alternative. Don't know what to expect. So I'm really excited for this. It's called Unga and Fria. Is that hungry and cold? No, young and free. It's not hungry and cold. So yeah, young and free sounds a little bit more exciting. And then finally, we've got Maria Sur singing When I'm Gone. So Maria Sur, as you may know, is from Ukraine. Last year, she had a super bland, generic song. She's a great artist. She's really exciting, great voice, but she was just given kind of a crappy song. So I hope the song that she gets this year is a little bit less generic. Heat number 3 is going to be in how do you say Växjö? Whoa, Växjö. Växjö. Whoa, damn, that's totally not how I thought it was. And we've got Clara Klingenström there, real big fan favorite from a couple of years ago, and she's singing in Swedish as well. Last time she had that singer-songwriter feel with the guitar. Behove inte dig dog. Really, really fantastic artist, very exciting. I think realistically, if one of the Swedish songs is going to win, it would probably be Clara, because I think she's got a big fan base. She's got like a cool feel to her. So really excited to see her. Her song is called Aldrig Mer, which I think means never more. Really testing my Swedish today. No, never again. We've got Jacqueline with no E. She's saying Effortless. Cloudy for Day, another Swedish song. Kazi Opea, who you may know performing a couple of years ago and also being one of the writers for Tattoo, which won last year. Gunilla Persson singing I Won't Shake La La Gunilla. So I think we're probably going to get like maybe a bit of a party schlager dance band song maybe. And finally, Kim Cesarian, Take My Breath Away. He seems to be one of the kind of like wild cards. He seems to be quite a big name. I think in 2015 he had a big hit, but he hasn't done too much since. So giving me a little bit of vibes of Mohambi when he came back, potentially. Okay, heat number 4, we're in Eskilstuna, and we've got Leah Larson. She's singing 30 kilometers per hour, which I don't think is a particularly fast speed unless you're running. But apparently someone was telling me that this is the speed that tractors can go at. If you're a 15-year-old in Sweden, you're allowed to drive these kind of slow tractors. I don't know. If you're a Swedish person, please tell me in the comment section. We've got Scarlett singing Circus X, which sounds like a cool title. Albin Tingvall, Done Getting Over You. Lasse Stefans. So Lasse Stefans are a dance band who have had obscene success in Sweden, like dozens, and I think they've had like 30, 40, 50 albums or something, dozens of number ones, very much with an older generation. So you would expect them now to be getting 12s from all of the older demographic groups. Danny Saucedo, not singing in Swedish this time. He's singing Happy That You Found Me. You may remember him coming second a long time ago with In the Club. And then finally, Daughter one of my favorites, singing It's Not Easy to Write a Love Song. Very long title. I have to admit, I was a little apprehensive when I saw how many words it was. It reminds me a little bit of That's How You Write a Song, Alexander Rybak. Yeah, we'll see. Look, don't judge a song by its title. I'm sure Dotter's going to be delivering something amazing. I'm hoping for Bulletproof 5.0. That's my wish. Finally, in Karlstad, we've got heat number 5. We've got Jay Smith, Back to My Roots. Elektra, who is a drag queen from Sweden's Drag Race, singing Banja Me. Does that mean ban me? It does, it means ban me. So it's kind of an interesting title. Banja Me, maybe it's talking about like cancel culture. Chelsea Muko singing Controlla. That is also a Swedish word, which obviously means control. Annika Wiki Halder singing Light. Medina Kesera, big fan favorites. Marcus and Martinez from Norway have a song called Unforgettable. And if you ask me at this point in time, who do I think is going to win? It would be Marcus and Martinez. Even though they're Norwegian, I don't think that's going to bother the Swedes that much. I think that Marcus and Martinez have a very big fan base. And I think that they're very good performers to the point that they'll be given a good song. If you're a songwriter, you don't want to give your song to someone who's going to mess it up, because then you've just wasted something you've worked a lot of time on. You want to give it to someone who's got a good fan base. You know they're going to be able to deliver. And Marcus and Martinez really delivered last year with Air, which is a difficult song to perform. So I think their stock will be pretty high, if that makes sense. Also, another note about Dotter's song, it is written by her, I think it's her husband now, I think they're married, Dino Medanhodzic. He's also written Jacqueline's song Effortless. I'm pretty sure Dino has a record that he's never not gotten to the final. All his previous 8 entries have gone to the final, so that's very interesting. Sticking on the topic of Sweden, there are some rumors that Gina Dirawi may be potentially one of the hosts. So she was on a show called, I don't remember the name of the show, I'm gonna have to look it up, Helenius Herna. So she was on that show, it's like a talk show I think, and she was asked a question about potentially hosting Eurovision, and apparently she got really flustered and kind of was jumbling up her words, and then the segment of the show that question was asked was cut. That's pretty suspicious stuff going on. Why is she getting so flustered? Why was it cut? She's a fantastic host. I would absolutely love Gina to host. She's really cool, really confident. She's got a great sense of humor. I think she would be one of my top choices. Plus, it would be something new. I know a lot of people want Petra Meda or Måns Zelmerlöw, but it would be cool to see someone new, even if they're paired up with someone who previously hosted. Just a rumor, but there is a potential that Gina could be the host in Malmö. Okay, so let's stay on the topic of national finals, and we have some news about the Irish national final. Adam McCallig, who is an Irish TikToker, did an interview with Michael Keeley. Michael's revealed that 2 songs this year have been fast-tracked into Eurosong, the Irish national final, which is happening on the Late Late Show. So same thing as last year, we had 2 songs fast-tracked, Wild Youth and Public Image Limited, and then the other 4 songs came from the panel choosing from all the submitted songs. This year it looks like we're going to have the same 2 artists and then 4 songs chosen from the panel as well. Now, one of those artists I would guess is Brooke. There were some rumors I covered on a previous episode of Eurovision News Update where Brooke hinted that she was submitting a song, and then one of my subscribers here left a message on her post saying, Brooke, like this if you're submitting a song, and Brooke liked it. I would imagine that's a pretty good sign that she did submit a song, and I would think that Brooke is big enough, having previously been an artist who went down very well, very popular, did a very good performance. She also... Did she win? I think she came second on Dancing with the Stars in Ireland afterwards, so she got even more famous after that. So I think that she would definitely earn a fast track. Who the other artists could be though, I have absolutely no idea. I saw that Connor from Eurovision podcast was manifesting that it could be CMAT. In case you don't know, CMAT is quite a big artist in Ireland. Really, really high quality artist who would be an absolute dream come true for a lot of Irish Eurovision fans. She has availability in May. So Connor noticed that she doesn't have concert dates during May. So this is very, very wishful thinking, but let us just hope. Come on, we've so much despair and gloom being an Irish Eurovision fan. Every once in a while, we need to have our delusional period and think that maybe CMAT might be interested in representing Ireland. She did actually say that she was interested to enter, but she doesn't like the current format of how the songs are selected. Perhaps Michael Keeley reached out to her after that and said, hey, we're willing to accommodate you if you want. But she's pretty big. Would she want to go up against more non-established artists? I don't know. In any case, I don't have any other theories about who that second artist could be. If you got any ideas, definitely leave me a comment in the comment section. Okay, a little bit more national final news, this time from Croatia. So Wee blogs are reporting that Let3, who represented Croatia last year, have submitted a song for Dora again this year, Dora being the Croatia's national final. Let3 were very divisive last year. Some people loved them, some people absolutely hated them. Me personally, I started off a little bit lukewarm and then I got very hot towards them. I really liked them. A lot of people kind of dismissing them as a joke entry, which I think is a bit unfair. They use humor in their songs, in their satire, but I think that actually their song last year was probably one of the songs with the most meaning, having a very strong anti-war message, amazing visuals, really getting across something quite important, trying to do it with humor and satire. That's a very legitimate way to do that, wanting to kind of balance out the seriousness of the message with a kind of like more color and humor so it doesn't get too gloomy. So they're a really established band, over 30 years, big concert draw. They're established, so I'm really excited. I felt that they won Dora fair and square last year. They were easily the best. There was another song, I can't remember the name of the song that came second, but their staging was absolutely horrendous. So, you know, if they send something great again and they win again, fair play to them. It's good as well to see that there are artists who had a good experience last year and immediately want to come back. That's always good. And also great to have representation from people of an older demographic. You know, that's really important as well. Okay, some news about the Georgian artist selection. So we have a tweet here from Ket, who I follow on Twitter, who really loves all the Georgian entries. And they're saying, assuming that they're going internal, here are the dates that One TV announced Georgia's artist. So he's taken all of the times that the Georgian broadcaster has announced the artist who's going to be representing them. And we can see a lot of these are before Christmas. So 5 out of 7 of them came before Christmas. And then the 2 other ones, Sophie Nicharadze and the Shin Mariko, came a little bit later. So if Georgia are going internal, it kind of implies that there's a 5 of 7 chance that we're going to get the artist name before Christmas. So we're going to have 3 songs, and then we've already got 3 other artists from Belgium, Cyprus, and Greece, and then we could potentially have another artist. So we could potentially already know 7 of the artists who are going to be competing in Malmö before the end of the year. So that's really exciting, potentially something to look forward to. Okay, and finally, I promised you that I would talk about Käärijä's Onlyfans. So in case you didn't know, Käärijä is doing like a Christmas calendar type OnlyFans thing. I think it's like 30 days long, where he has a post every single day. It's $40. If you've got money to spare, you can go sign up. I'm not signed up to it because definitely I need to make ends meet before I start splurging money on OnlyFans. A friend of mine who is a member told me that the first entry was him baking cookies with a thong on. So if you want some raunchy Christmas Finnish content, definitely go check out Käärijä's Onlyfans. I have no problem with him doing this whatsoever. He did so much touring after Eurovision, and from my understanding is that he didn't actually make that much money because the contract was a bit weird or something, or also it wasn't very efficient in how they moved around to all the different venues. I know he said that they kept on having to fly back through Helsinki, so the whole thing just wasn't organized very well, and I don't think he actually made that much money. So I like that he's getting a little bit of coin signing up. This isn't compulsory. Like, if you don't want to see Käärijä's Onlyfans, don't pay $40. I don't feel like it's a cash grab is what I'm saying. If you want to see his butt, pay $40. You might get to see more than that on Christmas Day as well. But yeah, I'm more than happy for him to get his coin. And speaking of people getting coin, thank you just so much to those people who for supporting me on Buy Me a Coffee, Myris, and also Corgi and Mum. No new donations on PayPal or Super Thanks, but you can support me there as well. I'll leave links for you in the description. And of course, a massive thanks to all of my Patrons who get the original audio to my reaction videos. They get some early exclusives, they get news on what videos I'm working on there. And I'm going to come up with some new perks as well in the future. So go check out not my OnlyFans, I don't have an OnlyFans. Go check out my Patreon if you are a fan of the channel. But as always, thank you so much just for watching, and maybe leaving a like and maybe leaving me a spicy comment as well. And that's all the news that I've got for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on another Eurovision news update very soon. Goodbye.